All these cars in the gold lot of the Las Vegas Convention Center represent people who are attending the NAB Show, National Association of Broadcasters. The total attendance will be more than 100,000 people from, I think, close to 200 different countries, and there will be some 1 million net square feet of exhibit space. We're going to go to the show. We're going to cross our fingers that we understand what's going on there. It's pretty technical. As I was walking by this Dodge, I thought I heard a motor running. Indeed it is, and there are no occupants. So whoever owns this car is going to come back to quite a surprise. On the sidewalk pointing to the convention center, this sign, and the convention center is ahead. By the way, I reported the car with the running motor, and a gentleman with a walkie-talkie said, "I've got it. I'll take care of it." Every convention has its buzzwords and its themes, and I learn what they mean. How about the MET effect? MET stands for Media, Entertainment, and Technology. Okay, we're here. This is the North Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's early, so it's kind of quiet. That's wonderful for me and my camera and my narration. Stopped at this booth because I found this machine quite fascinating looking, and found out this is monitoring equipment for a radio station, and the company that makes this is from Bulgaria.
The audio video routing control, adapter, abstraction layer, however you want to call it, the purpose of this module, if you will, is to make the IP fabric look and feel like an SDI router. All right? It needs to present an interface so that the end user is not affected. No change in the operational layer.
Stopped at Axle Technology because I was interested in this whole setup and what it is and what it does. And the gentleman over here was very patient with me. And he explained that for about $50,000, a person could purchase this whole setup and start broadcasting on the internet. For example, I could do this, and I could broadcast audio and video at the same time. The gentleman who was explaining this to me had an accent, so I asked, where is this company located? Headquartered in Italy. The owner is the gentleman over here in the pink jacket, and his name is Bacardi. It is a privately owned company, and they supply equipment all over the world. And they are here at NAB in Las Vegas. We're in the startup loft, and I stopped here at a booth called Fronger because that was kind of an unusual name to me. And what I found out was that Fronger is an app. And if you have the app for $10 a month, you can look at a number of TV channels, those that signed up for Fronger. And I did find out that I personally could sign up for Fronger also with my YouTube channel. So this is an up-and-coming company. Those people who want to get rid of cable and want other alternatives, Fronger is one of them. I stopped at Cloudcast Software because when I originally came, there were two men who looked like they wanted to talk to somebody, and one of the persons is Curtis Maychek, 23 years old, and this is his company. And what he developed, and I guess he's been a geek from childhood, had his own radio station in the basement for a long time. Anyway, he will help radio stations log and retrieve everything that happens on a particular radio program. A cloud, it was explained to me, is nothing but a server. And Cloudcast rents server space from Amazon, and then their software is installed at a radio station. And every single thing that happens on the radio station is available for retrieval. In other words, if an advertiser says, "Did you run my commercial 4 times like we said we would?" They can go back and find the commercials right away. Now, our little genius at 23 has also developed software to manage texts that come into a radio station, either for a contest or just comments for the person who's doing the broadcasting. Anyway, there's lots of involvement with audiences these days, and Cloudcast software is ready to help.
Radio is live, radio is local, radio, and most importantly, radio is personalities. So it's the connection that a listener has with a DJ, with a talk personality. And that's really what differentiates it from a music collection, right? Which is the alternative, which is my CDs. Sometimes I want a CD, sometimes I want a plug-in, lean-in experience where I'm listening to what's happening in the world, and I think that's what radio provides.
I agree with most of that, and that it is local, but it's actually more than local because we're a global world now where what we listen to doesn't have to be the local DJ, the local station. I think that's great. I still do that. One of the things I've seen with Dash is it really comes down to the curators, and it comes down to the DJs and the personalities. So it is local, but it's more than that today. So I think radio has just grown to have a broader definition than what it was before.
I agree with everything they're saying. I think the word radio is problematic because I think it's got such a legacy, and I don't think it's something that people think of as modern. I mean, I have 2 kids. You could ask my 15-year-old daughter to name a radio station. She couldn't do it. But she likes content. She likes personalities. And so to me, I think that everything, local, live, all that stuff I think is great. I think so long as we insist on calling it radio, you're going to have generations of people who are going to have a hard time with that.
I mean, in a general sense, I believe people say the word radio when they want to listen to something, right? I don't in general, you don't say I want to watch radio, right? I want to watch television, right? But I think the word radio still is when I want to listen to something. It's going through different forms, right? I mean, you wouldn't hear someone say, I want to listen to apps, I want to listen to audio. They'll still say, I want to listen to radio. But I do feel people start to use platforms as verbs, right? I mean, I want to Google that. I don't want to look it up anymore, I want to Google it. So there's a transition that's happening, right? I mean, it's really, at the end of the day, it's just about, I want to listen to something. What do I do to listen to that something? Do I push the radio button, or do I push the apps button, or do I push the content button? That's all going to have to work itself out, I think, through different...
I'm at a booth called 360 Rise, and I had to ask the young lady here, what is this? And what it is a setup to film 360 degrees for virtual reality programming. And there are little GoPro cameras in here that would shoot everything, and I guess somehow it all gets converted so that when you put on one of those virtual reality eyepieces, you see everything. And there are several trucks here which are traveling TV studios, and here's one.
But it's great to see it still. What is it weighing over the
Yeah, 6.5.
Interesting sign, property removal checkpoint. Here we are with the broadcast studio right in the area between the central and north halls.
I think I have an idea.
That's excellent. See, that's why I asked.
Yes, yeah. So
he's smarter than
Central Hall, big booth for GoPro. Drone experience behind a net. drones on the counter. I think this is DJI. This is the future. Mobile viewpoint, instant live streaming anywhere to any social media platform. We're in the Panasonic area and it's very dark. Not quite sure why. Interesting slogan, inspire the next. The Sony exhibit has one huge video screen and a lot of people looking around. I came here to take a look at cameras. .4K, 480p, beautiful picture. Try out various cameras in scenes where models have been stationed. This is a Row creative display. It's on kind of a carved screen and it's quite large. And then we walk over here. You see a lot of technical equipment and whatever's behind the curtain. More equipment. And another one of the curved screens. Big lights for big projects by Film Gear. Tripods and more tripods and lots of tripods from E-Image Video.
What's the big application?
Yeah, it's camera cars, a lot of camera cars.
Put this around your camera so you can see. That's what the screen's seeing.
I'll be darned.
You can actually switch it to blue. Back to green.
So what do? You put this in front of your camera?
Yeah, so it goes on the end of your camera. So there's adapter rings that go on the end of your camera.
I'll
And then
be
there's
darned.
millions of little retroreflective glass beads called chromat that are conical in shape. And they shoot the LED light back to the camera on axis. And that allows you to pull a nice solid green or blue key. So even with all the wrinkles and everything else, you can see like, it goes back to live shot. So we have a scene, we have different wrinkles in it, it doesn't matter. It still pulls out a nice solid key every time.
I'll be darned.
But the beauty of our system is you don't have all the spill on the talent because it's only a 12 watt LED. So after about 5 feet, the green totally drops off. But because of those retroreflective nature of those little glass beads, it's strong enough that it actually shoots it back to the camera and gives you that green. It also gives you a nice, better line around your talent because it's coming from behind. Yeah.
You too can broadcast from your SUV. A familiar name, Fujifilm. Value from innovation. Oh, I see this is called Tower Cam. It's taller than the photographer, for sure. It's lunchtime, and behind these folks is a panel discussion, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 people are on their iPhones or their smartphones. Canon says, see impossible. They have a large exhibit here too.
So I'll wait with the blue and I'll show you the project. Okay. Down now from the drum to
download.
Using Wi-Fi to control.
Right.
Okay, that's the video working.
From the drone to the phone.
And this is a picture.
Okay. Very nice.
The control. Going up, going down, press. Right back towards you. Left, right, like this.
Okay. Maybe go up and...
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah.
First of all.
Oh, I don't know.
Very easy.
Okay.
Take it easy.
This one go
So, no, this one go far.
Okay.
Go far. And come back.
Oh, I see.
Right, left, go right.
Okay.
Go up.
How do you make a turn? Yeah.
Go down.
I know, that's pretty cool.
Turn.
Oh, I see. How do you make a turn?
Turn left.
Oh, I see.
Cameras can follow you anywhere. Oh my goodness. Remote control. Goodbye. Goodbye. The title here, Broadcasters General Store. And look, you can even buy signs on air, recording, etc. Problem is, my dogs don't read. So sometimes in the middle of my overdubbing, they bark and we have to do it all over again. However, speaking of the dogs reminds me of home, and I guess my visit to NAB 2017 is coming to an end. This is a fascinating show. I don't pretend to understand all of it, but I always enjoy coming, looking around, and listening. Till next time.